Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. That's right, you guessed it. We're going to take a look at May from the Star Wars Acolyte. This was sent over from Bantha Skull, and I just want to say thank you for sending this out to me to let me do a little review. I know you got the entire wave, and you were gracious enough to send the figures off to a bunch of different people. First of all, let's talk about Star Wars Acolyte for a second, because we know the show has not been renewed for a season 2, and it seems like there's a lot of loose ends. And I think it's kind of interesting because you have people trying to create these new stories to fit into a Star Wars universe. And it may not be what we all expect, but I think if we embrace these new stories with kind of open arms and a different kind of perspective going in, then maybe, just maybe, we might enjoy them a little bit more. But anyways, that's just me and my opinion, because I liked it. I would like to see what happens to some of the characters. Not all the characters, because I'm pretty sure I know what happened to 99% of the characters in the story, but there are one or two that could have potentially ended up in a season 2. And if you've seen the show, you know exactly what I mean. I was going to say, let's do this, but that's somebody else's saying, so let's tear into this package, shall we? Alright, so if you watch my channel, you know I already had Osha, and I had an opportunity to get May when I was in the store at the same time, but I passed on it, because out of the two, I kind of only wanted Osha because of all the accessories that she comes with. So, let's take a look at May, the Assassin. Now, the box is about the same. It's that red and black box. It's got some nice artwork on it. Looks pretty good. It's pretty standard for a box. So we got both of these figures out of the box, and the first thing I want to do is I just want to show you this little throwing knife. Now the thing is, there were 4 of them in the package, not 3, but 4. The thing is, I only took one of them out because I'm pretty sure this one's going to end up in my carpet and I will never see it again. So I'm leaving the other ones in the box in case that happens. So we see that May comes with some soft goods, the robe. It's kind of nice actually, the robe. I like the way it's like sewn down. I don't typically like soft goods or anything like that, but that actually looks pretty good. So let's just take that robe off for a second so we can actually just see the figure. So what we see is we got the May face sculpt and looks pretty decent. She's got this armor piece on, and look at that. The hair is really, really long. So she's got this nice skirt piece. It's got some nice overlays, and the way that it's positioned will not hinder any of the articulation. So she's got, like, check that out, this upper thigh piece right here on her leg, which is really cool. You're never really going to see that because of this flap that's down there, but it's very interesting that they took the time to do all of that deco right there on the thigh. Oh, you know what? Check this out. It's removable. It moves. It's completely removable. That is pretty cool. So you can switch it over to the other leg if you want. So anyways, it's the standard Star Wars articulation on there, where you get about a 90-degree bend in the leg. You get that boot turn, and then you get the ankle movement, and you've got an upper, well, look at that. No upper thigh movement at all, but you do have that ball peg here. So right here in the lower ab, you get some movement forward and backwards. That is kind of cool. And then you get the arm, which has that basic like ball joint right there. And you get a little bit more than 90 degrees in the elbow, which is kind of nice. So what we're gonna do is, because they're twins, we'll just put them side by side, and they should look fairly identical, except for the face painting. So that is pretty decent. Closer look at the two of them side by side. And we'll just kind of like pivot them around, facing each other. Then you got the backs, which is kind of nice, and then facing away. And I think this is probably the part that everybody wants to see. So, oh, look at that. When you pull off the head on this figure, the neck wants to come too, but that's okay because Osha does the same thing. And if you just swap Osha's head over to May's body and you throw May on top of Osha, you can recreate a pivotal scene in the movie where May secretly takes Osha's identity to trick Saul. Because he's a Master Jedi, but he was still unable to figure out that May was not Osha, and Osha was not May. And then she also has this face piece, so the neck has this like extra little piece right there so that it goes around the neck, and then when you pull the head off, you just put this piece on, and then when you put it on, you get like a face mask for May. So that is pretty cool. So there is May the Assassin with the face mask and the robe with the hood up, and Osha might look at her and never ever recognize her, even though both of them have Force abilities also. Anyways, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Tell me what you thought of Star Wars Acolyte. Tell me if you're collecting any of these figures from the Acolyte now that you know that the show has been kind of written off, and who was your favorite character, and did they make it out of season 1 in the first place? Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it, and as always, have a fantastic day.